Hi, and welcome to Customers Complaining, where I, your host Frilly, will switch up the game and complain about customers, not the other way around. On today's first episode of the series, we must talk about my first ever terrible customer who completely caught me off guard because she was this little old lady. She was little old lady. Right? But as soon I found out that those are the people that I really needed to look out for. Those tiny little people. Because, good God, were they the angriest people when it came to sales. So, just a little backstory on where I worked, how we did our sales. If you don't really care or already know, you can skip to this timestamp right here. Yep, right there. Go on, before you waste your time. Alright, cool. So, I worked as an evening time Jewel Osco cashier. Here's me. Yep. Look at me. I was a Jewel Osco cashier in the evening. And Jewel would normally have your in-store sales, which reset every single Wednesday. They reset every Wednesday. And the sales, no one had a problem with because it was like, you get the product, get your product, you get the sale. All right, see? Easy. Right? Anyway, Jewel has online sales where in order to get a specific item for, let's say, I don't know, $5, instead, you clip this deal on our Jewel Osco app, and instead of $5, it'll be $3. That's pretty nice for a lot of people. It saves tons of money if you're willing to put in the work for it. And you would only get that sale provided you gave us your rewards number. So you had to give us your phone number that you used to sign up with our app. So people always had problems with these, but there were some of them who just couldn't help but be a problem. And that's one of the people we are here to talk about today. So, to start off the story, it was around 9:30 p.m. That looks like 4:30. It was around 9:30 p.m. There was only, I don't know, one or two, maybe three people inside the store. There's not that many that would go shopping around 9:30 because everyone else has already done their stuff. So if people do, it's usually small things. It's just beer, ice cream. That's about it. So me and my manager just weren't expecting much trouble. Here's my manager. Look at him. We're not related, even though we look the same. Anyway, this lady comes in. She looks like she's 96 years old, and she's pushing around this cart that was filled to the brim with items. She could barely even get this cart moving because of how heavy this cart was. And then so she comes into my lane as, I'm a cashier. I'm the guy that takes your money. I steal your money. Just kidding, maybe. So naturally, she starts putting her stuff up on the what do they call that? The belt. Yeah, so she starts taking her items and she's putting them on the belt. And naturally, being a cashier, that's what I am. I start scanning the items. And she just starts flipping out already. She starts pointing at me. And she's like, "Hey, stop scanning. We are going to run through these deals to make sure they come off." Okay. So, wait for her to finish putting everything up on the shelf. Or not the shelf, the belt. So she puts all of her stuff up here on the belt. She's got all of her items up here on the belt. There's nothing else in the cart. And so she was like, she wanted to run through the deals to make sure they came off, and I would assume she was gonna only put up the things that she had a deal on, but she put on her entire cart up there. So, I just had to wait for her to empty the entire cart. I was sitting there for about 5.5 minutes. Finally, everything's up on the belt. So, take one of the items, and then I scan it, boom. In the second that the item comes up on the little screen, with your total right here, the second the item comes up on the screen, she just screams. She just yells, "Hey, that's not the sale." So I ask her, was it a digital coupon or a store coupon? And then she just looks at me with the most dumb look ever. With the most dumb look ever on her face. She says, where this whole problem came from, "What's that?" Oh, boy. So I run through my natural dialogue about how a digital coupon is on our app and you need to sign up with a phone number and an email, but you gotta clip these coupons. And then she goes, "Well, I don't want to do all that." I tell her, then you can't get the sale. So by this time, my manager had noticed what was going on. So he comes on over. He walks over to me. I'm at my register. This lady's freaking out over here. So yeah, he walks over. And then he tells the lady, who he recognizes this lady. And he comes over to assist. Because he realizes that she's making a big ruckus. And he asks her, "What's going on?" And she immediately points at me and just goes, "He won't give me the coupons." So then my manager asked, "Was it a digital coupon?" And the woman replies, "I don't know what a digital coupon is." So my manager walks over to me and looks at the item that she's trying to get off. It's this little item right here. It's probably like a package of peas. I don't remember. Actually, I think it was blueberries. And then he just looks at her and tells her right to her face, "You can't get this deal. It's for digital only." And this lady just starts flipping out. I mean, she starts just ranting. But me, I just tuned it out. I decided to just tune her out because I wanted to save my brain cells from escaping from this lady yelling and making them escape my head, since they want to just run away from her. But she ended up just leaving. Leaving this whole mess out there for us to clean. And what's super dumb is that this lady right here, she keeps coming back, and it's the same exact song and dance every time. So every time she walks into the store, both me and my manager, we're just like, yay. It's going to be a great 10 minutes. Anyway, that concludes this first episode of Customers Complaining. Like the video, please, and thank you. And I'll see you in the next episode. Good night.